MBBS course is directed to build up the following aspects in a student: medical knowledge, which is vast and forms the whole basis of your clinical performance; clinical skills, which includes clinical history taking, that is, taking history of the patient's illness, the questions of which are directed by your medical knowledge and experience; and physical examination, to find out signs of certain diseases, corroborating it with history taking; and critical thinking, for applying the vast medical knowledge with the findings found on your clinical skills, and then analyze these findings to arrive at the correct diagnosis or a list of diagnoses, then advise further investigations to reach the single diagnosis or maybe to decide the stage of the disease, and finally suggest the plan of treatment to the patient or initiate the first line management. The first line management, because with specialization you may go into more detailed management, and the first line management may include primary treatment or may be just referral to the appropriate specialist. MBBS course also directs UG student to have professional attitude, respect towards his profession, to develop communication skills, to be able to work as a part of a team, and to have leadership qualities. So how does an MBBS course turn a fresh school student into a doctor? For this, MBBS course has following divisions: first professional, that is phase 1; second professional, phase 2; phase 3 part 1; then electives; then third professional part 2 or second part of phase 3; and finally 1 year of rotating internship. In addition to the communication skills are to be developed by means of different modules developed for each professional phase of the MBBS course. In addition to these, modules on pandemic management have been added for each phase, dictated by the present pandemic situation. The first phase follows 1 month of foundation course, and the first phase has the following subjects: anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. Community medicine is also started in this phase itself, though in the final examination of this phase, community medicine is not there. For each of these subjects, there are standard textbook, and lectures will be held for theory. Online lectures may also be referred to. AdCom module, which has been made for the first phase, will be a part, and pandemic management module 1.1. In anatomy, the student is expected to dissect the human cadaver very minutely for teaching human anatomy in detail, because this knowledge is relevant in making diagnosis, in patient care including surgery and treatment. So the medical student must be very respectful in handling the human cadaver, because they are their first teachers. Human physiology, it teaches about the functioning of human body, how do various systems of body function, and therefore it forms the very foundation of medicine. Practical training in physiology would include measuring blood pressure, clinical examination of various body systems, hemoglobin estimation, blood grouping, etc. Biochemistry, it teaches about human metabolism, and practical training would include procedures which are undertaken in a biochemistry laboratory, like urine examination, glucose tolerance test, etc. In the second professional phase, which is again of 12 months, the main subject will be pathology, microbiology, pharmacology, then forensic medicine, community medicine, introduction to all clinical subjects. In addition, there will be clinical postings. Mostly it is in the mornings, followed by lectures in the afternoon. And in addition, an AdCom module for the second prof, and pandemic management module 2.1 to 2.5. In the final examination will be held in the subjects of pathology, microbiology and pharmacology only. Third professional Part 1, 12 months duration. The main subjects are ENT, Ophtha, Community Medicine, Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Lectures will be taken for other clinical subjects as well. The list is on the right side. And there will be clinical postings in all the clinical subjects, not just these 4. ADCOM models for this phase and pandemic management module 3.1 to 3.3. The final examination of part 1 of phase 3 would be in ophthalmology, ENT, community medicine and forensic medicine. Following this, there would be electives, that is, the student can choose where to do these 2 months of posting of learning according to his or her interest. There will be 2 elective postings of 4 weeks each. Block 1 will be in preclinical or paraclinical department of the student's choice, and block 2 would be in a clinical department of the student's choice. There would be an assessment during this elective posting also, in between and at the end of each posting, and the assessment marks shall be counted towards internal marking. The second part of third professional would again be of 12 months and includes these subjects: general medicine, pediatrics, general surgery including orthopedics, Ops Gynae including family welfares, and there will be clinical postings in these subjects. ADCOM module for third prof part 2 and pandemic management module 4.1 to 4.6. The final examination in this phase would include general medicine, general surgery, Obs Gynae and pediatrics. Finally, in internship, the students rotate in all the clinical departments so that they can have experience in all the medical specialities, and by the end of the internship it is expected that a medical graduate would have the necessary critical thinking for applying the vast scientific knowledge acquired and the finding of clinical examinations, apply these to interpret the symptoms and signs present in the patients and thereby reach our diagnosis, or maybe a list of probable diagnoses called differential diagnosis. Should be able to determine appropriate investigations to reach the final diagnosis or to decide the stage of the disease, and should be able to initiate at least the first line management as per the standard protocols agreed. It is very important to realize that if all the theory classes as per the curriculum, practical classes and clinical postings are held systematically scheduled by the institution, and the students attend these classes and postings with full attention and do self-reading from the books which are prescribed, then the MBBS course is designed in a way so as to create a competent medical graduate. And this would be despite the fact that you will still have time during this course for yourself. Why is MBBS course a unique opportunity? Because an MBBS student is in a unique position where he or she can interact with the patients and examine them in detail, because they are under the care of more experienced doctors, and the UG student only learns from them. The student presents the findings of history and clinical examination to the experienced doctors, who evaluate the history and examination findings and correct any shortcomings. Hence, this course gives you an environment where you can learn by making mistakes, that too without affecting patient care. And this opportunity will never come after graduation. So it is a unique opportunity, we can say, to learn techniques which are required to make a competent medical graduate. And if this time is not fully utilized for any reason, a doctor will always lack somewhere in optimum clinical proficiency, and this lack can be perceived by the patients and colleagues, and the doctor himself will always regret having wasted the opportunity. The stages of undergraduate training for attaining the skills of a competent graduate doctor. The first year MBBS student is expected to learn structure and functioning of human body through lectures, books and practicals. In the second phase, apart from theory, they are expected to learn the competencies of appropriate history taking, that is, how to establish rapport with the patients and their relatives and extract the details of the illness, to learn techniques of thorough clinical examination. And this is done during the clinical postings in this phase. In third, fourth and final year, the students would further mature their skills of history taking, general physical examination and systemic examination. So they should be thorough with these techniques, because in these years clinical subjects are taught in the theory lectures also, so that the above skills of history taking and examination get progressively refined as the student gathers more theoretical knowledge. And during internship, the student is rotated in all the clinical departments where the skills and the knowledge are put to practice in delivering actual patient care, of course under expert supervision. Here is the scheme of MBBS, how a school student turns into a medical graduate. In the first prof, main subjects are taught in theory and practical classes, and the final examination is held in main subjects. In second prof, main subjects theory and practical. In addition, there would be clinical postings in the morning time mostly, wherein you will be introduced history taking, general physical examination and systemic examination techniques. But the final exam would be in the main subjects only. In third prof, clinical subjects will be taught in theory and there will be clinical postings in practical. There, in clinical postings, you will apply the skills learnt in first, second prof of history taking, general physical examination and systemic examination to attempt to reach a diagnosis or a list of diagnosis or differential diagnosis. The final examination will be in clinical subjects. Third prof is in two parts, but the more or less scheme is the same. And finally, in internship, will have experience to all the clinical specialities, obviously under supervision. This slide has been added in the wake of ongoing pandemic, where the clinical and practical training has been hugely compromised, which is a huge setback for MBBS training. So desperate times like this call for desperate measures. So if clinical training is compromised for any reason, in such a situation an MBBS student may minimize the damage by some self-training as per the training schedule explained. You can refer to standard textbooks for knowledge and online lectures and standard textbooks for learning history taking and examination as well. There may be online lectures also on history taking and examination skills. The student can learn general physical examination and systemic examination through online training videos. Just ensure that these websites are authentic websites and you see the correct videos. After learning these techniques, history taking, general physical examination and systemic examination, please practice all these skills on all your family members, all the visitors, friends, neighbors, whoever may give their consent. Because this way you will know at least what the normal findings are. How does normal breathing sound like? How does a normal chest, precordium, normal abdomen, how do they look and feel? What are the findings on palpation, percussion or auscultation of normal human beings? And sometimes this may serve as preventive health checkup too. You may come up with some findings also. Present all these findings to doctors who are willing to help you, who will listen you out, to your seniors who have been through clinical postings, or maybe your batchmates. You can present to each other and point out each other's mistakes if nothing else is available, so that by the time you get an opportunity to examine real patients, you are prepared with the skills, the necessary skills of history taking and examination. Another lecture would cover the suggested books and links for MBBS education.